So J. Cole sat down for an interview with Nadeska for Apple Music, but at the same time over the weekend, it was revealed that him and Cameron finally had their sit down 101. And the reason why this was like such a oh shoot moment was because there was the issue about Cameron filing a lawsuit claiming that J. Cole owed him an interview for a verse that he did. It was supposed to be in return, and that didn't happen. So now they finally had their moment. I got some advanced exclusive clips from the conversation. So let's get into that. So they have a conversation about just where J. Cole's relationship is now with Drake and Kendrick following all of the beef. Let's take a listen.
Personally, where you at with them friendship-wise today?
I'm in the same place.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, yo, I genuinely love these niggas, but I'm not going to act like we've been communicating and talking. You know what I mean? I've had conversations with them like post everything, you know what I mean? But it's not like it's a lot. That's me not knowing where they at. Me maybe assuming because I done heard X, Y, and Z.
Right.
But it has nothing to do with like how I actually feel. I genuinely love these niggas. Like, I be wanting to shoot off a text. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna lie, but even saying that on a mic is kind of lame to me, but it is my truth.
I promise you, I watched the Nadeska interview and, I had left with more questions than answers. And that was one of the questions. Because, I saw J. Cole saying how his wife cried when he squashed the beef with Kendrick, but I just wanted to know, well, what's your relationship like with Kendrick?
Right. Yeah, because I'm
glad Cam asked that.
Yeah, in the interview with Nadeska, she does, toward the end of the interview, they kind of get to it, but they like cut out a lot of his answer in Nadeska's interview. So now let's take a listen to J. Cole and Cameron talking about the fact that J. Cole felt like everything that happened after he backed out of the beef, it got out of hand and it was this like orchestrated attack on Drake. Let's take a listen.
Do you think that the Drake and Kendrick thing got totally out of hand? Do you think it spiraled out of control?
The world, right away, the world became like politics. You're either Democrat or Republican. You're either Kendrick or you Drake. And you got to pick a side, boom, boom. And I felt like the nigga that was like disgusted both ways damn near. You know what I mean? So when you say, did it get out of hand? It's like, creatively, that's not my place to say.
Right.
But I think the out of hand that I think is like, to me, is like disgusting how people try to use that opportunity, either show how they really felt about Drake the whole time, or just like pile on
that's a fact.
And tear this dude down and like create a narrative as if he's not great. It was a whole campaign and probably still is to this day.
Right.
So on one hand, it's like, yo, I feel weird and they're gonna make headlines out of this. Just like when I see Kendrick get the moment he had, the pop out, the stadium, the Super Bowl,
the Grammys.
I'm like, I'm just as proud of this nigga as I was when I knew him back then. But I also hate that for Drake. And I hate how the world turns on him. And simultaneously, I'm over here like, man, I hope Iceman go crazy.
I mean, even if Iceman goes crazy, it still won't take away the fact that he just lost the rap battle.
Yeah, he lost the rap battle.
He just lost the rap battle.
But Jake,
he got his ass kicked in the rap battle.
But what Cole is saying outside of that, he lost the rap battle. But the fact that all these different people came on piling on top of him, you know what I mean? People that never liked him, that they showed their true colors when he was at his quote unquote lowest. That's what he said.
When you say lowest, now I understand. Like, it's literally just him losing a rap beat.
He was getting his ass kicked.
Just because you got your ass kicked by Kendrick don't mean that you at your lowest.
It's a worthy ass kicking.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
like if you lose a basketball game to Michael Jordan. You know what I'm
like
saying?
You
you supposed to get your ass kicked. If you would have won, we'd have been like, damn, Drake, okay.
And people still might have took them. I think even if he had won, people still might have took the moment to be like, all right, you won, but like, here's how I feel. Because I just think at that time it was a conversation about let's pull back the veil and have a conversation.
To do that when somebody's winning.
He was never gonna win that battle.
The last clip I'm gonna play from the interview because I want people to actually go and watch the interview on Wednesday on YouTube, Talk With Flea at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is them actually addressing the lawsuit conversation, which is what they teased in that intro. Let's take a listen.
Let's just get the elephant out the room. So when you first seen the lawsuit, what was your emotion when you see it?
I was like hurt, almost disappointed, like, because I got so much respect for you, you know what I mean? And I look at you like I know you are as a stand-up person. When a lawsuit come out, I'm like, come on, Cam. And only because it was like, in my mind, I'm like, bro, you really could have hit me. Like, although it was taking a long time, I don't give a fuck if you would have called me and been like, yo, nigga, what the like you could have scrinked on me, we could have argued, boom, boom. I would have preferred that than the other way, because I was just like, damn, Cam, like it never got to that point where you couldn't like holler at me or whatever. So my first thing was disappointment. And my first thought was like, fuck it then. Like this nigga ain't even know I was still gonna come to his show. Like, my first gut reaction, like, damn, and it's like misinformation, the lawsuit itself. and you know the internet running with it. People hit me like, yo, what's going on with the Cam shit? Boom, boom. So like my ego reaction is like, all right. Quietly, I'm like, man, fuck this nigga, boom, boom.
Right.
But quickly, I'm like, but nah, like I get it though. Let me put myself in his shoes. Like, yo, the nigga feel like he was getting a runaround. Right. You know what I mean? He don't know you for real. And Cameron is probably like, I seen this movie before. Right. You don't fuck with me. You don't want to do the favor. You trying to drag me out until I don't want to do it no more. Right. All right, nigga, bet. And I got one in the chamber. Right. I never signed that paperwork for that fucking for that verse. So here you go, boom, just to like hit me in the rib. You know what I mean? And it's like I still said in my mind, I was like, yo, I'ma still go see Cam.
And which, of course, it was never going to go nowhere. But for me, it was more like, I need to get this nigga attention.
Cam wasn't wrong. Business is business. You know, and I'm glad Cole is a man of integrity who, you know, ultimately showed up. But now we also know how Cole feels about Drake and his lawsuit against Kendrick then. Because if you feel that way about Cameron's lawsuit, then you must be disgusted by Drake filing a lawsuit against Kendrick over a rap battle. I hope that conversation comes up.
We have one more clip, J. Cole Dreamville Fest apology.
On stage at Dreamville Fest, what was going through your mind in the 5 seconds before you made the apology? Was it something that you had really thought of and planned?
No, it hit me an hour before. But before that, I was stressing the out. But in the moment that the idea came to me, I lifted and I got light and I got excited because I felt like I misrepresented myself. You know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden, I'm giving life to division and to a negative storylines or negative perceptions on somebody that I with and got love for. In a very loud manner, you said some you didn't believe in. Now you got the opportunity to go on the bigger form, you know what I mean? A bigger stage is being live stream and say something that you believe in. Told my wife, she the only one I told. I ain't tell nobody else. I was like, yo, this one I'm about to go do. She started crying because she know how I feel about him. And she saw how it was weighing on me the 2-3 days before that. So when I go and do it, I felt even better than I felt knowing I was going to do it. Because now the world knows how I really actually feel.
That's from the Nadeska interview.
On
That's Nadeska,
Yes.
And, you know, here's my thing. If it was weighing on Cole so much after the fact, right? Him dissing Kendrick. Why was it so easy for you to diss Kendrick?
Probably was in the moment.
But still, if it's weighing on you so much after the fact and your wife knows you stressing and blah, 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 what about when you was writing the bars?
It's probably emotional.
What about
play.
when you went in the booth to record
Probably
the
was
bars?
an emotional play. Probably was an emotional thing. He got right to it, and then when he did it, was like, I didn't really
We could have held this because he talked about it. He said that it was the pressure from the outside. He felt like if he didn't respond, he couldn't put the fallout out because people would have been like, nah, we're not trying to hear that. You were supposed to respond. But then he responded and apologized, and it was the same effect. People were like, we don't want to hear you
People
anymore.
do things in a moment. You know what I mean? He just responded, wrote them raps in a moment, and then was like,
That's a lot in the moment. In the moment to sit down, write a rap, go in the booth, record it, listen to it, mix it. You know what I mean? Like, that's not for the moment.
Yeah.
You had a long time to think about whether or not you should put this out. So if it weighed on you so much after the fact, why didn't it weigh on you so much while you was doing it?
So you don't believe him?
Put it out.
You don't believe him? The weighing on him?
No, I'm just asking a simple question. That would have been my question back to him. Like, if it's weighing on you so much after the fact,
why
then
didn't
why it didn't weigh on you before you did all of that?
Right.
But yeah, so that was the from Nadeska's interview, which is now live on Apple. You could take a listen to that, and the other clips are from Cameron's Talk With Flea, which will be live on Wednesday on YouTube. It's Lauren LaRosa telling you to beware of the dog. That's right, Top Dog Law. Car accident, slip and fall, or even a worksite injury. You make the call. Y'all better call the dog. No legal talk, no red tape, just one call and they handle the rest. They only get you paid if you win. No out-of-pocket fees, no hidden costs, and no catch. Bills don't wait, and neither does my boy Top Dog Law. They act fast, right when you need it. Now don't wait. Call Top Dog Law for a free case review. Call now or check them out on Instagram at Top Dog Law. Y'all can also hit them up at topdoglaw.com. Any accident, big or small, you make the call. Y'all, call Top Dog Law. That's Top Dog Law.
Hold up. Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?